Good morning, everybody. Myself, Dr. M D Ray. I'm a professor surgical oncology, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. Today I will talk on how to remember the things. Being a student and being a teacher, we all want to remember the things, even the phone number, name of a person, or everything, the chapter we read, we want to remember. But most of the time we forget and we get irritated because we are trying to remember the things but unable to remember. So my formula, how I remember the things. First and foremost thing, I have made a formula. So that is my personal formula. That is, you say PQR3. You remember PQR and R having the three components. First, P is important. P means, suppose you want to study something, so just picturize about the thing, what you want to study, what are the things you are going to learn. Like suppose I am giving the example, like suppose you want to read about Boston, like you want to visit Boston, so then you think about what are the beautiful places are there to visit. Like suppose Fenway Park, like the museum, like the Tea Party ships, Opera House, and then you can say the Public Garden, Queen's Market, North England Museum or Aquarium. So these kind of things you have to picturize your mind, that this I'll visit or I'll see. So in a chapter also, you have to think or you have to picturize the thing what I am going to learn first. So that is P. Because that is very simple. Suppose if you go somewhere, you cannot haphazardly move. You have to see the map, you have to picturize the whole city or whole chapter, then you can move ahead. So the same way, any chapter, anything you read, you have to picturize first. Second is the Q, question. What the things are there, what I am going to learn, what are the questions in mind. You have to set up few questions from this chapter. So that is the second. And third is R. R I told the three components are there. One is, first R is read. So read means that is active reading is there. So how I read, I can tell you. Suppose say I just open a chapter, after picturization and questioning in my mind, I start note down one thing. Suppose say there is a single sentence or there is a very tough words are there written in this chapter, I just write down this tough word or this sentence. And you just mark on this book. Either marks in the highlighter or underline the main important sentences or important words in that chapter. So that is called active reading. Your mind will be involved in that. And whatever you do when you are studying, you have to focus on that. And mark on that, highlight on that, so you remember. And note down small thing, not everything, just small important things you have to note down so that you remember better. You read and write, not everything. So most important thing you have to write. Second R is recite. So after complete the chapter, even after few pages, you try to close your eyes and try to remember, recite the things like what I have read. So these things are there, this thing is there, this is the tough sentence, I don't know about this, and this is the thing, just I have forgotten that thing what I have read. So then you open the book and see that. So that is called recite. So recite that chapter what you have read till the time, and you complete the book like this way, complete the chapter like that way. And last R is revise. That is the most important thing. Most of the time what we do, we just read the chapter and close it. Whatever I remember, okay, it's okay, fine. But you will forget on the passage of time. That is the human nature or the capacity of the human brain. But if you really want to remember, you have to revise the chapter. You have to revise, or you can say you have to revisit the chapter. like a place. If you go somewhere, sometime you have seen so many places you have forgotten, and after a few years, again you have to revisit the place so that you can remember each and everything. The same way, the revision is most important part of your reading of any kind of book or whatever you want to remember. And last I will say, until unless you do meditation, it's very difficult to remember the things. So meditation, that activates the gray matters, So the maximum cells of the gray matter will be activated, and then you remember. So these are my formula to remember the things better way. So you never get irritated, always you will be happy if you memorize the things in the proper way. Thank you very much for listening me. Thank you everybody.